Hello and welcome fellow Evercadians and retro enthusiasts, this is RetroKill-9! So today, we're here to talk about why the Evercade needs a Namco Arcade Collection. And you may be asking, well, we already have two Namco collection carts. Why would we need an arcade one? First of all, I want to go ahead and mention that those are the console versions. And let me tell you, the arcade versions are very different from some of these games. Because I do want to talk about today's pickup that I got, or the other day actually. This is Pac-Man Championship Edition 2, plus these extra games. Yes, I got the physical copy of this. Normally it's $19.99, I got it for $9.99. And so to me, that was totally worth it. I figured let me go ahead and pick it up. So the other important thing that I also really wanted to bring up is remember, the Evercade VS is not going to be licensed for any of the Namco collections. So, you know, you'll only be able to play this on the handheld, and for me to really get the full arcade experience, I like playing this on the TV. And the interesting thing is, I didn't realize how much I missed the arcade versions until, you know, I started playing these on the PS4. I mean, you could call me crazy, or you could just say, I'm chasing nostalgia. See? Retro Ralph gets it. So, you'll hear me talk a lot about how I love to play retro games that are either brand new or I've never even heard of. Well, you know, I still do like to play some of the classics. And on this collection, you do have your Galaga, you do have your Dug, and your classic Pac-Man. And yeah, the NES versions are fine, but it's one of those things where I think whatever you played growing up, so if you're like me and you're very familiar with the arcade games, that's what does it for you, that's what gives you the nostalgia, then that's what you want to play. And so that's what inspired me to do today's video. I think that we really need these on the Evercade VS. So I'm going to go ahead and go through and talk about some of the options that you can do to configure in these games that the VS, they better have these same type of options. So now I'm going to talk about how you can go into all the games, you can adjust the display settings, you can adjust the borders. They pretty much all have the same thing. I'm just going to show you Galaga. Here's an example. So what's really cool is notice I can press all these buttons, I can zoom in, I can zoom out. Yes, you can stretch the whole screen if you wanted to do that. You can flip it all around, so you can turn your monitor sideways. I mean, we need this on the Evercade VS. I love how you can totally customize this. You could even go ahead and change backgrounds. This is just unbelievable, the type of customization. And again, this is why I love to buy these type of games. Because, you know, for me, yeah, you could go ahead and use RetroArch or you could use MAME, but there's just something about just having this simple, sitting down, playing the game, not having to mess with a PC, not really having to go in and do anything else. Alrighty, so we're going here into the game settings, and pretty much all the options for all the games are the same. There's some slight differences I'll talk about. You can see around select starting lives, extra lives version, you know, that type of thing, reset back to default. Now we're going to go through and flip through Dug, and you'll see here that it's pretty much basically the same thing. The original Pac-Man, it's all the same options with one extra really super cool thing, and that's the round 256 bug. And that's when you get to level 256. If you turn that off, the game won't crash and you can keep playing endlessly. You know, I assume here. That is a really neat feature for people who want to see how high they can go without the game crashing on them. I do need to talk a little bit about Pac-Man Championship Edition 2. You've got these cool modes like Tutorial, Score Attack, can Unlock Adventure, other options. The tutorial mode is great because you really learn how to play the game. I mean, it's pretty easy, but it's neat, it's fun, it gets you in the mood. And then of course you can go into the time attack itself, which is just awesome. You have 5 minutes to get the best score you can, and it's just a totally different take on Pac-Man. I actually found this game to be a lot of fun. I wouldn't have paid the $10 for it by itself, but you know, it was a nice bonus to get this on all the other retro classic games. So yeah, it's a good deal, it's a complete package. I don't know if this game could run on the Evercade, but if it was on it, I would be totally happy to be playing this game on the VS as well. We are almost done here, but wait, there's more. We have trophies! Now, of course, this is built into the PS4, but I am hoping at some point that the VS will have some type of trophy or achievement system. So yeah, I love this collection, and we need it for the VS. Again, as I've said before, you've got the consoles, but it ain't the same thing as the arcade. So, I just wanted to thank everyone For those of you who have stuck with me here to the end, and yeah, go ahead and follow me, subscribe to me on all my social medias if you haven't already. And, well, I created content. Bye-bye!